It's time for the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Powerful and liberating business strategies you can start in 5 minutes or less. Now, here's your host, Dean Soto.
Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of FreedomIn5Minutes.com and ProSulam.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode. Today's topic is this: excitement is in the eye of the beholder. That and more coming up. Hey, if you're not subscribed to this podcast, go to google.com, type in Freedom in 5 Minutes, and you can type in your favorite podcast app, and I will be there waiting for you to subscribe. So whether it's Stitcher or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, get on there, start it up, let's go. You can make it happen. Come on now. Let's do this. So good morning. Here with the Lunameister as usual on our morning walk. Nice. Nice, Luna. What are you doing over there? You smell something, huh? All right. So, as of yesterday, the feral cat house that I have been building has been complete. It is complete, except for a door and a door and two little side door things. Yeah. Gosh, guys, this is what happens when you produce things in 5 minutes. How does that happen? Just kidding. It didn't take 5 minutes. It took about a week, but it was that 5-minute decision of doing it, just doing it. Got to make it happen. All right. So on to the real stuff. Oh, and by the way, in addition to subscribing to the podcast, don't forget to actually go and do a little something I call leave a review. If you like the podcast, go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever and leave a review for the podcast. That way it motivates me to keep on doing this, right? Yeah. All right. All right, cool. So, all that being said, let's get into it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? So so last night, so every week, my wife and my oldest daughter, probably eventually my other daughters as well, and they go out and they go to dance class in the evening, and then they go to church for what is called adoration in the Catholic circles. So they go and basically pray for hours or an hour, and then they go shopping. They go and have their little shopping spree, do their thing, and yada, yada, yada. So that happens every week. And what do you think happens to me? Who do you think has to watch the babies? That's right. It's daddy daycare. It is the daddy time to enjoy all of the kids. And for a long time, I actually had a really hard time with that. I'm, just being fun, being a kid again, being turning from dad to actual fun dad is not always the easiest thing to do, right? And so, for a long time, I just had a really tough problem with just being able to do that. But it's cool. It's cool. So, last night they left. My youngest, I heard him starting to cry, so I went up, grabbed him. He just got done from his nap. He takes a nap usually from 2 to 5 or 2 to 6 or whatever. And I got him out of the crib, and we came down, and he's 2 years old. He likes these. He doesn't really even talk yet. He's a late talker. My oldest was a late talker, and now she's way smarter than I am. So not a big deal. If you ever get people who are like, oh my gosh, you should take him to speech therapist, and you should do this and you should do that, and take them here and there and there. Trust me, from experience, I mean, it's probably, there are exceptions. There's always exceptions, right? But from my experience, all of my late talkers they don't shut up now. And they are extremely smart too, for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a late talking thing, but they are very smart. And so there's no issue with them talking now. They're talking about Latin. They're talking about all this stuff. Okay, so I'm all over the place. All right, let's get back on topic. All right, we're back on topic. So I bring him downstairs to the living room, and Luna's up there playing in the poison oak again. So I bring him up, bring him down to the living room, and he likes these toy cars, toy trucks, these little, they look like Hot Wheels, little Hot Wheels things. Really neat. I love them. But he just goes around, he goes onto this couch. It's kind of like a beige leather couch, very modernish looking. And he takes those cars and he goes on the couch, and he just does it over and over and over again. He loves it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to join you. I get over there and I start chasing him with another Hot Wheels, going slow but pretending like to go fast, and he's loving it. He's laughing. He's like, ha, ha, ha. I never do this. I've never, this is just not a normal thing that I do. And he's laughing and he's just cracking up. And then Gideon comes over, who's my other youngest son. He comes over, he's like, I want to play. And so now he's going around, I'm going around, we're doing these jumps. So we'll get to the end of one couch, to the end of the arm of one couch, the side of the couch. And then we have to do a jump. And so every jump to the other side of the arm of the couch, got to do some tricks, right? So we're doing some flips and back flips, and he's teaching me how to do these back flips and front flips and side flips and all these different things. And sometimes I pretend to fall and crash, and he'd pick up my guy and be like, it's okay, it's all right, don't worry, you're fine, let's go, we got it, you got it. And we just keep going around in circles, over and over and over and over and over again on this couch. Well, halfway through, Bon left me a little gift in his diaper. That was nice. And change it. And what does he want to do right after that? Back to going around the couch. So we go around the couch more and more and more and more, and spent a good amount of that evening just going around a couch with cars. And they were loving it. They were happy. They didn't need anything else. Literally, they needed one car and one couch. Can you imagine just having one car and one couch that you just go around in circles and that's all you needed? Oh my gosh. But it's pretty amazing, because that's what's so important about this, is that, excitement, joy, longing, and all of this stuff is in the eye of the beholder, right? So if you are thinking, obviously with kids it's different, but even with adults, one of the things that we do is we project what would be exciting for them. Like, there's so many times where I'm like, with new prospects or people on a sales call, where I'm like, look, dude, you guys can scale your entire business, automate everything, 5 minutes a day, and you'll have SOPs for everything. Isn't that amazing? And they're like, yeah, no, that's good. But can they do my bookkeeping? And I'm like, you don't get it. Yes, they could do your bookkeeping. They could do like whatever you want. And I'm getting all excited about one thing. They are not getting excited about that same thing. And I'm like, what? And so then the conversation has to flip, right? The conversation has to be toward bookkeeping. Oh yeah, they can definitely do your bookkeeping. Like, how do you do your bookkeeping right now? Oh, well, we do this, and this. Oh, well, what you do is you just show them how to do that, and that, and then they'll document it, and then they can do it. Really? They can do that? Yeah, for sure. And like, how often do you spend time doing bookkeeping? Oh, at least once a week, because I want to have reports and blah, blah, blah. And they get all excited about that thing that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not exciting at all. But excitement is dependent on the person's perspective, right? Just because something's exciting to you or is exciting to a big general group of people doesn't mean that it's exciting to one particular person. I mean, take Tesla, for example. He was excited about electricity and electromagnetism and a whole bunch of different physics stuff, so much so that he barely ate and slept. And most people would have, like, at least for me, I would have been like, I'm done. This is boring. I mean, I don't even have the mind for it. It's just not my thing, right? But for him, it was extremely exciting. Right? And that's the way it is for the majority of people. Okay? So there are things that you get excited about. There are things that your clients get excited about. There's things that your children, your wife, your husband, your friends, they get excited about. And it's just a matter of finding out what that thing is and being humble enough to join them in that. Because as soon as you do that, the world changes. Because you are going into their world, their perspective, their life. You're starting to see, you're able to start seeing things through their lens. And even if you can't fully understand it, there's a large amount of appreciation that comes from being humble enough to enjoy what somebody else enjoys. All right, so this is Dean Soto. I have no idea where Luna is. Where are you? She's somewhere lost in the woods over here. She might have actually just gone all the way back up. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Hey, if you like... Oh, there she is. I see her way over there. Good job. If you would like to have a business that runs completely by itself in as little as 5 minutes a day, go check out freedomin5minutes.com. Go check out prosulum.com, prosulum.com, and get a virtual systems architect. They will literally transform, document in detail all your business, and then do it so you never ever have to do it again. That is the power of having a virtual systems architect. So, with that being said, this is Dean Soto, and I will catch you on the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Now, head over to www.freedomin5minutes.com and register for our free masterclass and discover how to start systemizing and automating your entire business 5 minutes at a time. We'll see you next time on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.